Welcome back, guys. I am going to share with you the first album I ever bought, and let me go ahead and just tell you it's not what you expect. And I have a tarot reading for you. Just for stopping by and watching this video, I have a reading just for you. And spoiler, the reading has nothing to do with my story this week, but I promise it'll speak to you. And if you're new to me, because some of you might have found this because of the artist I'm going to talk about, let me just tell you who I am real quick. My name is Brandy, and I am a professional astrologer and tarot reader, and I love helping my clients with decisions, clarity, and just helping them navigate any crazy situation in life. And I also share weird stories about my life here on YouTube, apparently. All right, let's get back to my story and our reading. So, first, let me tell you, like I do every week, what inspired this idea for this video today. And I want to let you know there are not very many people who know about the first album I ever bought. Now, I have only love for this artist, so I want to be clear. I am not making fun of this artist. I just think it's funny because if you know me and you know what I'm into, you wouldn't have expected this to be my first album. So, my husband was watching his YouTube feed this past week, and there was a video that popped up. It was a video about singers who should retire because the creator of this video thought, they're losing their spark. They don't sound that great. That was their opinion. And so the one of the artists they featured was the artist that was the first album I ever bought. And I was like, oh my goodness, don't talk bad about him. That was the first album I ever bought. So I decided in that moment, this artist should get a little love. And you know what? I'm going to share with the world that their album was the first album I ever bought. Now, I'm a huge, huge, huge music lover. Aside from tarot and astrology, I just live, eat, breathe music. And I want you to know I grew up with a lot of great music. I was born in the late 70s. And so growing up, records were still a thing, and now they're back. And so I want you to know that I had a lot of artists I listened to. Let me just share the artists that I listened to the most, and that I still listen to the most so that you can understand the contrast between my preferences and what I bought for my first album. So I'm a Beatles nut. Like, I love the Beatles. They're my absolute favorite band of all time. I feel like they live in my heart. I feel like they are a divine creation from God Himself. And I love the Beatles. So I want you to know I had this going on in the background of my childhood. I listened to this one quite a bit. I also and am still a huge Buddy Holly fan. This was the album I would listen to growing up. I was absolutely mesmerized by this photo of Buddy Holly. I just thought he was so cool. And so that is still my jam. But let me take you back to 1985. The time this album came out, I was 5, almost 6, and I saw this video come on MTV because this was back when MTV played music. And I saw the video for the main hit on this album, and I thought it was the best thing ever. I think I had like $4. And Dad took me to the record store. I think he had to give me some money to help me buy this album, but I had $4 and thought I could, buy it. And so, anyways, I came home with this album. And so, right now in this moment, I am revealing what my first album was that I bought myself. And that album is David Lee Roth's Crazy from the Heat. I thought this was an amazing album. And 5-year-old me just had to have this after seeing California Girls on MTV. And here's what's funny. This is the actual album. And if you look closely, I wrote my name on it. I even wrote it on the back as well. My penmanship has improved a little, but not a whole lot, guys. It's kind of similar. So if you know me, you'd be like, really, Brandy? David Lee Roth? Because, I listen to a lot of Beatles. I listen to a lot of Buddy Holly. I'm a huge Ramones fan. You would not have expected David Lee Roth to be it, but I loved it. I loved it when I was little. I have a huge vinyl collection. Me and my husband just downsized and moved to downtown Austin, and we were going through our record collection, which was huge. And we can't fit them all in here. So we're trying to decide what can we live without? Let's get rid of duplicates. And my husband saw this and he's like, what are we doing with this? We need to move on. And I was like, no way. This was my first album I ever bought. No way. And I don't know. David Lee Roth, I don't think you need to retire. I think you're awesome. Keep going. Don't worry about what other people say. David Lee Roth is a Libra. John Lennon is my favorite musician of all time. He's a Libra. So maybe I just have a thing for Libras. But here you go, guys. This is what began my record collection. Now you know. Do David Lee Roth a favor. Show him a little love. Go stream Crazy from the Heat or maybe some Van Halen. Okay. And so what does this have to do with your tarot reading today? Absolutely nothing. I just wanted to share with you guys my first album and just give you a tarot reading just for watching, listening, and just sharing my joy of my first album. All right. So if you're here, my intention is that this reading will speak to you. This is going to be a general reading because if you're here watching, this is going to apply in your life in some way. It may not be the same for everybody. For example, when I draw your cards, it might speak to a career decision or maybe a relationship or maybe just some unique situation going on in your life. Whatever it makes you think of, know that it's speaking towards that. All right, let's go. Okay, we got something interesting. So first of all, we're starting with the Fool. So if you are here watching this, the Fool is coming up for you because this is saying right now, you need to break free from whatever is restricting you in life. That could be a job, that could be a partner, that could just be a financial situation. It could be whatever. What is making you feel like you can't breathe and that you just want to run away from? The Fool says you deserve freedom. You deserve to not be held back. And I'm getting a message of you deserve to not feel controlled. And so if you're feeling controlled, it's time to change the circumstances so that you have some freedom, some liberation, just some freedom in your life. Now, these cards came up together. They both jumped out of the deck. So let's get you a second part of this message. I got the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. They're both reversed. So it shows, again, a little bit of this energy that's trapped that needs to be released. And this is going back to your life purpose, why you're here. I feel like we are all on this journey of what is the meaning of life? What is my purpose? Why am I here? And this is telling you that you are here to discover your gifts and you're here to share them. You are here to share your unique energy to inspire others. And so this is about, in a way, shining your light. The Fool has that sun in the corner. And so it's about hey, break free, shine your light, help other people with your gifts by just being you, actually. There's not a lot of pressure here. It's if you just show up, just be yourself, just don't hold back and just share that positivity within you. It's going to inspire so many others around you. You're going to feel more connected to life in general. So here you have it, and I told you this tarot reading had nothing to do with David Lee Roth, but it actually does. In this moment today, I'm just myself. I'm sharing what my first album was. Hey, I have no shame about it. Have no shame about yourself either. Just be you. Go share a fun fact about yourself to the world today. Let them know what you're all about. If you enjoyed hearing about my David Lee Roth album, or maybe you just enjoyed the tarot reading, or maybe you just think I'm nuts, go ahead and hit subscribe to my channel. Come join me. If you like these stories, there's more coming. And you could really help me by leaving a comment below. You know how YouTube is. They want you to leave a comment so that they know you're enjoying my video, and then maybe they'll share it with others. Do me a solid. Just drop me a heart emoji. You know what? Scratch that. Drop me the palm tree emoji below in support of David Lee Roth. I'll see you next time.